Welcome back once again to another professional wrestling predictions video. Today we have WWE Night of Champions in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia on tomorrow, June 28th. Or I guess 2 days now for me, but I keep bringing that up every time I do this. I don't know why, but I do. But, as I said, this is Night of Champions, man, and it doesn't really feel like a Night of Champions. Listen, they don't have to call the pay-per-view that they do the finals of the King and Queen of the Ring. It doesn't have to be King and Queen of the Ring. The pay-per-view doesn't have to be named that. I do not care if it's named that. But Night of Champions used to mean every championship would be on the line. Now, I understand they have way too many titles that cannot do that. That is fair, but every single match on Night of Champions should be a championship match. All 5 or 6 matches. We have 2 championship matches on a 6-match card. Now, yes, WWE is finally giving us a 6-match card, and I fucking love that. I prefer 6-match cards, and it doesn't really come big into effect with this one when you realize that the 6th match that got added was Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez. Granted, it is a street fight, and the other match is Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross, and that's only because AJ or Dom, somebody decided they didn't want to work Saudi Arabia this time around, and I guess with the threats from Iran, who really blames them, but then again, I think they'll be fine, personally. But once again, as I said, I cannot blame them, and I'm not going to sit here and call WWE an awful company. They still have a deal that they have to do with Saudi. You know, they still have to run shows in Saudi. That's a deal that they have to make. Listen, and the shit with Iran is unfortunate. I highly doubt Iran is going to bomb Saudi Arabia, but we're not going to do politics on this channel, unfortunately. Not unfortunately, fortunately, because I don't fucking care. But this is Night of Champions. Let's jump right into our predictions. We got match number 1, Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez in a street fight. I don't personally care who wins. I don't. The only thing... Oh, my dog just busted through my door here. The only thing I actually care about, honestly, I do in a way, I don't think Rhea should win this match. And not in terms because, oh, Rhea is overbooked, she needs to lose, blah, 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 blah. And not because I think Raquel needs to win. But I think if Raquel beats Rhea, it's a street fight. I think that Roxanne should easily get involved, and Roxanne should easily deal or help Raquel beat Rhea. And I think that should be the goal here. And I hope that they're just not going to have Rhea be able to complete and be the powerhouse that she is and win the 2-on-1 disadvantage. I mean, come on, man. That doesn't need to happen every time with a woman like Rhea Ripley. She can get... it can just be too much for her sometimes. She doesn't have to be the powerhouse every single time. But this Liv Morgan injury can be a blessing in disguise for Liv Morgan personally. Obviously, it sucks. You don't want to see anybody get injured, and I would rather her not be injured, I'd rather her be on TV. But this might actually help her out big time in her return, and it'll work as the Judgment Day, as Liv is gone, they slowly start to fade Liv out. And I don't think that Dominic will end up staying with the Judgment Day. I think if Liv leaves, he leaves, because I don't want to do the whole now Dom's with Roxanne thing, because that's just dumb. We've already saw that with Rhea to Liv. I don't think we need to see it with Liv to Roxanne. I mean, that's just, we don't need to do that again. But when Liv does return, I think her and Dom should end up leaving, should end up getting out of the Judgment Day, and at some point we can do like a breakup angle with them and just get Dom into doing actual different stuff that doesn't involve a woman. But we'll get to that point later down the road. But I think Roxanne is going to help Raquel win, and I think that should be the way this goes, personally. Rhea doesn't need to win the 2-on-1 disadvantage. She doesn't always need to win those. So let's give Raquel the win, and let's see where we go from there. Match number 2. We got Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. I'm not really sure, because I'm happy that Karrion Kross is nonetheless getting a match, but he's getting TV time. I know just some report came out a while ago that he doesn't like to take bumps, which I think is the fucking dumbest thing I've ever heard. He's a professional wrestler. He wanted to become a professional wrestler. I promise you, he's fine with taking bumps. He's taken plenty of bumps before. He will continue to take bumps the rest of his career, because that's what professional wrestling is about. Depending on, does he really want to take those big bumps? Sometimes you see the bumps that these big fucking bumps that some of these guys take. I cannot blame if someone does not want to take those bumps. He doesn't have to. His character is fucking amazing. He does really good mic work. He does a really good character work. he doesn't need to take the big and insane bumps that like a luchador or someone like a Will Ospreay or Swerve Strickland are going to take, you know? He doesn't need to take those bumps. He can just be a in-ring storyteller, and I feel like that's what Karrion Kross is best at, and I feel like the stuff with Sami Zayn has been really good. It's just all been backstage segments. Karrion Kross didn't get a Money in the Bank qualifier. He didn't get a match in the King of the Ring tournament. We all just... I don't necessarily think that we want to see him get like pushed, but we want to see this guy get TV time. He's a very good worker, at least character and mic worker. In-ring, Steve does leave a lot to be desired in-ring, do not get me wrong, but I think if he moves over to being like the storytelling in-ring guy, I think he can do a fantastic job with that. Kind of like CM Punk has kind of transferred over. In reality, CM Punk's not really the best in the world anymore. Let's be honest here. In-ring, he is lacked in his older age. But he makes up with it for incredible in-ring storytelling, which I think definitely plays a part in his last couple of years run, both in AEW and WWE. But, yeah, besides that, I do believe that Sami Zayn's going to win. They always put Sami Zayn in Saudi, and Sami always wins in Saudi. And obviously, I personally would have preferred to see Sami win the King of the Ring. I would have liked it to go like this. Sami wins King of the Ring. He goes to not only face Gunther, but beat Gunther at SummerSlam just to have Seth Rollins cash in and completely ruin Sami's moment, and then have Sami eventually win the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia, and go on to WrestleMania to face Seth Rollins for the championship, and then have his big, like, Daniel Bryan. It's literally Daniel Bryan's story rewrote. I guess they're not going to go that direction, and that's okay. I still think Sami is going to be the one to win the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia, but I think if you put him in the finals, you kind of had to have him win, because he always wins in Saudi. I think at some point he's going to be undefeated in Saudi. He probably is, right now. I can't think of any match he lost in the last 2 years that he's been going to Saudi, now that, you know, Saudi did his... Saudi got the relationship straight with Syria, but he's won most of these. I think he's won every Saudi match he's been a part of. But we all know he's going to win here. Karrion's going to lose, unfortunately, but we'll hope more for big things with Karrion. Hopefully he gets re-signed, because I know that he's got a contract coming up. But I got Sami beating Karrion here with the second match on Night of Champions. Match number 3, we got the Queen of the Ring final. We got Jade Cargill versus Asuka. Personally, I don't really care for this match. Not because I don't think it's going to be a bad match. I think Asuka can pull off a good match with anybody. And I think Asuka's going to do a really good job here. But the little problem is I don't care to see Jade Cargill in the finals. I don't care to see Jade win. I think Jade's gotten a little better from her time when she started with AEW. She has gotten better. She's better at protecting her opponents now and all that stuff. But in-ring work leaves a lot to be desired. Her character work leaves a lot to be desired. Her mic work leaves a lot to be desired. And everyone's sitting here like, oh, give her more time. I'm sorry. I can't give her any more time. I've given her years. I started watching her in 2022. I think she started wrestling in 2021. I got back into wrestling in 2022, so you can't blame me there. But even when I started watching in January of 2022 is when I kind of got back into it. And I watched her in AEW. She had potential, and she was good, and I thought she was going to be very good. But we all underestimated where her ceiling was. She has hit that ceiling. Granted, the ceiling has kind of lifted a little bit now that she's in WWE, but she doesn't need to do the workload that she had in AEW and WWE, because that's just how WWE's matches and system is, you know. I don't care to see Jade win this. I think we all know. I do... Personally, actually, I'm not going to say I don't care to see Jade win, because I know that Jade is going to go face Tiffany at SummerSlam. I do think Jade wins. I'd be shocked if Asuka wins, even though Asuka versus Io Sky would be a banger match for SummerSlam. And that can still happen with Jade losing, but honestly, to me, I don't know how much I like that, because it's like you brought him to the finals, and then she lost the finals to get that championship match at SummerSlam, and then she just gets the title match anyway. That wouldn't make any sense. The loser here should not be getting any title match at SummerSlam. I think that everybody that should make sense. That if they lose the Queen or King of the Ring tournament and they just end up getting that title shot anyway, that just makes the tournament a little less, makes the tournament worth a little less. So let's not do that. But obviously Jade's gonna be Asuka here. I don't know who Io faces at SummerSlam. I guess we'll find out. Io should honestly be wrestling on TV, but she hasn't been doing a whole lot of wrestling lately, and I don't know what the purpose is. I don't know when she's going to defend her title next. Has she defended her title? Is she defending her title? I don't even remember, dude. But I do got Jade Cargill beating Asuka here. And I think Jade's going to go on to face Tiffany. And I think Naomi is going to get involved. And I think that's how Naomi wins the WWE Women's Championship. Match number 4. We got Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa for the United States Championship. This should be pretty good, man. Solo is fucking hilarious, dude. I love Solo. His stuff at Money in the Bank was so funny. Him just mimicking and mocking everyone, trying to get on their good side, and ends up just getting on their bad side. And Jacob Fatu, you know what I mean? He's so fucking good, man. He is so fucking good. I love Jacob. We can do a little less spamming of his catchphrase of yada I mean, I'm all gas, no brakes with it, shit like that. We can do a little less of that and just save it towards the end of his promos and shit like that. But I think Jacob just won the title. Oh, he didn't. He won it at WrestleMania. What do you mean he just won the title? He won it a couple months ago now. But Solo could beat Jacob Fatu for the title. I definitely could see it as a possibility. I don't think it's going to happen. I do think Jacob retains. Maybe we get another Jacob and Solo match at SummerSlam. SummerSlam the next pay-per-view? I think it is. Isn't there pay-per-view in July? There's a Saturday night's main event. I think SummerSlam will be right after Night of Champions. And that's fine. So maybe we get another match. Maybe Solo takes the title there. I don't know. We'll see. I think Jacob retains here. And I think we're going to be going on. I don't know who Jacob faces at SummerSlam. If it's Solo again, if it's somebody else. I'm not entirely sure. I'm assuming we're going to continue with the bloodline story between Jacob and Solo here. But we'll see what happens. I got Jacob retaining and beating Solo Sikoa for the US title. Match number 5. We got Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton in the finals of the King of the Ring tournament. Personally, I would really like to see Sammy in this spot, but I think we all know that if they wanted Sammy in this spot, he'd probably have to win. And I would have preferred him winning in general, but that's okay. I do think, though, we should be saving Cody and Randy for a heel Randy and babyface Cody match. I just don't think... I think we're just kind of... Even though I know you're kind of patiently waiting to do that, but you don't want to turn any of them heel, because you can't really turn Cody heel. He's still the biggest babyface in the company. You can't really turn Randy heel. I mean, you probably can, but really right now, who's going to boo Randy? I don't really know what they can do with this. I'm assuming Randy does eventually go back to his heel ways, and I'm assuming that losing to Cody here is what's going to bring him there, but I think we all know that the winner of this, I think these are both SmackDown guys, so the winner's facing John Cena no matter what, but I think we all know here that Cody is going to end up beating Randy and facing Cena once again. As much as I don't want that, I don't care to see Cena and Cody again, even though I know Cena and Cody were going to have a match. But I honestly would have preferred Cody being Cena's last match. And I don't think Cody should take the title from Cena. I think that... Now, maybe he does. If he does, I mean, whatever, I guess. Though I think we should have somebody else. I personally thought CM Punk should take the title from John Cena and kind of stop Cena, do what Cena didn't do in 2011 at Money in the Bank, and stop CM Punk from walking out with the title. It'd be kind of cool to see CM Punk stopping Cena from walking out with the title, but I think we'll see here what happens there. But in terms of this match, I do got Cody Rhodes beating Randy Orton, and I do expect Cody Rhodes to face John Cena at SummerSlam, and we'll see what happens from there on out. The main event, the final match, I'm assuming will end up being the main event, is John Cena versus CM Punk for the WWE Championship. Unfortunately, with this being in Saudi Arabia, obviously it's not really in... And we know Cena's reign isn't coming to an end quite yet. It's possible it could end at SummerSlam. I can maybe see Cody taking the title back. I hope not, but we'll see what happens. But obviously, I think we all know who's going to win this match. But I'm a little more disappointed that this is taking place in Saudi Arabia. I mean, good for the Saudis, I guess. Though this match should be taking place on American soil. I'm sorry, this match... we need Cena versus Punk one last time. I get the story that Cena wants Punk to follow him to Saudi. And I think at some point we all knew that CM Punk was going to have to go to Saudi. And it's just unfortunate, even though I'm sure he doesn't want to, but I think it's just what's going to have to happen, unfortunately. But what would be next year's Royal Rumble without CM Punk? Exactly. I do think I think CM Punk was bound to be at Saudi, and if we do a WrestleMania at Saudi next year or something, CM Punk's gonna be there. But whatever. Though I think this is pretty easy to say that John Cena is gonna end up beating CM Punk here. and we aren't. And Cena's still going to be the WWE champion. We're going to get Cena versus Cody at SummerSlam. But I don't know. I just wish Cena and Punk was taking place on American soil so that people like me could go and see it. But I don't know, man. I don't know. But that's all I got for today. Kind of a quick one, I guess. I didn't really record it. I mean, I had like 30 minutes to record before I really didn't. I had like an hour to record, in all honesty with you. But 30 minutes would have been my preferred time. We finished up pretty quickly, a lot quicker than I thought I was going to. I guess I just didn't have much to say about the review this time around, or really much to go into. But, yeah, this is really all I got, I guess. But that's going to do it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, please drop a like. That'd be greatly appreciated. If you're new here, please subscribe for more WWE and AEW professional wrestling videos. We also got gaming videos, which currently we are working on Death Stranding 2. You can catch out the first video yesterday. It got uploaded. And then episodes 2 through the next couple will be uploaded in the coming weeks. So go and check those out if you enjoy video games. Also, we got College Football 26 content coming as well. NFL football content as well. And, yeah, social media is in the description below. Twitter and Instagram, you can go and follow all those. Leave a comment of what you thought of my predictions for Night of Champions, and leave a comment with your predictions for Night of Champions, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for tuning in.